Next story, we're going to go to David Lyons. David, this is a story you wrote. It appeared in the South Florida SunSentinel. I'm going to read the headline, first couple graphs, then I'll ask you to just provide some insight. You might not be able to provide opinion because you wrote about it, but maybe you can share with the audience anything and everything possible. So here is the headline. Here's the first couple graphs, and then I'll ask you to take over from there, David. Headline, inflation waves keep sweeping South Florida economy amidst post-pandemic rebound. And then the first couple graphs. Since Florida's economy rebounded from COVID-19 largely ahead of most states, South Florida has been widely regarded in business and economic circles as somewhat of an outlier, an impregnable fortress of low unemployment, burgeoning opportunity, and a magnet for people from elsewhere who want to be here. That picture was reinforced Friday when the Florida Commerce announced another round of low joblessness rates statewide and in the Tri-County area, as well as healthy job growth in a variety of sectors. Moreover, there's been recent announcements of more businesses relocations to Broward and Palm Beach counties, coupled with, of course, the arrival of international soccer star Lionel Messi of Inter Miami, a one-man economic driver whose Messi mania has captivated even soccer agnostics. And David, before you answer, let me just throw out there that I am a member of the supporters club called Vice City. So is Mr. Fakler. Mr. Fakler, who is a NFL football fan, and he's a New York Jets fan. Unfortunately, he's a Miami Dolphins territory. He is our resident soccer or football expert. So if you have any soccer questions, David, make sure you to direct them to Mr. Fakler, who's been the one match thus far, but he's an avid follower.
Yeah, well, the keynote, I guess I have too much on top of the nut graph there, which is that, despite this wonderful surge of economic development and people coming to town and buttressing all of our local economies, the Miami-Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach counties, the cost of doing business is really been on the rise since the Federal Reserve decided to undertake its war on inflation. And so my purpose writing the story was to try to see the degree to which businesses who are experiencing the higher cost of doing business are passing along these additional costs to consumers. And, restaurateurs, the people who are running chains or individual eateries they admit, they really don't have anywhere else to pass those costs along to except for the consumer. And so, when tourists come in here, they're paying $12 for a bottle of beer as opposed to $4 back in their hometowns. And, certainly when Florida opened up of a number of other states as a tourism destination, the hotels did not hesitate to, up the prices of their rooms to recover some of the losses that they suffered during the COVID shutdowns. So, this inflationary push has pretty much been in place, over the last 18 months to 2 years, in my estimation. And of course, commonly, on the construction side, the building boom has been, slowed by incredible increases in insurance costs, labor and supplies, and all the rest. And of course, in the marine industry, which is a billion-dollar driver of the economy here in the state of Florida, with several companies that need skilled workers. For example, an individual who runs a propeller company, for boats, needs skilled workers, and he freely admitted that there's no way that he's going to retain those workers unless he pays top dollar to keep them, on the roster. So it's how long this goes on, I'm not sure. Developers, there are developers who have projects on hold up here. There are about 40 residential projects that are on the drawing boards here in the greater Fort Lauderdale area, and many high rises, many apartments, mostly multifamily projects, and there are the aforementioned condo projects. A couple of those are being squeezed in, but the well-designed, well-financed ones are proceeding. In Flagler Village, for example, that burgeoning space north of the central business district in Fort Lauderdale, there are 5 projects that are ready to go. 4 of the 5 are moving forward because they've got their financing Village, the arts area that's being touted as the Wynwood up here, although I think that's kind of a stretch. Uh, they're still working on their financing. The two-tower, 250-story tower project. They're waiting things to align, costs to align themselves a little bit better. But there are 3 others that are moving forward, kind of incrementally. But there's been a slowdown in the developmental segment of our economy, the real estate production, because costs are really pressing the developers.
David, I want to ask you, there was at the end of your article, and I found this very interesting. Again, it appeared in the South Florida SunSentinel. Last 2 graphs. Here we go. Fort Lauderdale bankruptcy attorney Chad Van Horn noted that filings of personal bankruptcies have been on the rise in South Florida during the first half of the year when compared to 2022, but the numbers have not yet reached the level of pre or early COVID years, COVID-19 years. And here's his quote. And then David, maybe you can just comment on this. I think that people got used to money being there and they lived a certain lifestyle. Van Horn said, for some of the expenses, it's hard to flip the switch and say, I'm not going to pay bills anymore. David, what was Mr. Van Horn, or what did you take away from Mr. Van Horn? Are we going to see a boom in personal bankruptcies, given the fact that people were living a lifestyle that as inflation occurred, as rents went up, as property insurance is going up, that maybe people can't continue to burn the cash at the same velocity that they had been during the pandemic?
Down and it is up. I mean, the U.S. consumer, I think it was Bankrate or another tracking consumer website that said there's $1 trillion in consumer debt out there right now, credit card debt, and it's all running at these astronomical interest rates. So people are falling behind on their payments. I think people felt, particularly in this area, they're fairly comfortable because there were a lot of jobs to be had, and wages have been rising to a certain degree, particularly if you're in the organized. The people in the airline industry are getting raises as a result of new contracts. Even in the hospitality industry, some of the larger properties that have long-time hospitality workers who are unionized, they've been getting higher wages through contracts with some of these bigger hotels and resorts, because the bigger hotels and resorts want the business, and in order to have business, they need the people to work for them, and so they've been essentially throwing in the towel and allowing, giving in to some of these higher demands from the unions that they wouldn't have conceded to previously. But by the same token, I do think that there was a consumer boom, particularly after COVID moved on, and people had a fair amount of government money, and then suddenly they realized that they had to pick up the jobs that they wanted, and many of them were at higher wages than they were making, and so as consumers are wont to do, they go out and leverage themselves to the point where one day they're able to cover their expenses, but later on, as expenses go up and interest rates go up, I think there was an expectation that the Fed was going to jump in and finally raise interest rates to the point where the housing market it's not quite frozen, but it's certainly frozen, slowed down because of the 7% plus interest rates for 30-year fixed mortgages that are in place right now.